So 2024 is literally around the corner. We're on the 27th right now. Christmas has just gone by for everyone that celebrates Christmas. And, you know, it's the typical time of year, you know, where everybody starts to realize what they've achieved within 365 days of existence and whether they've actually progressed and met the goals that they set for themselves at the beginning of the year. A lot of people set unrealistic expectations for the next year. It's not to say that the goals that we set can't be met, because of course and absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, unequivocally, they can be achieved. But so many people, including myself, get caught up and carried away in the festivities and just the stereotype of, you know, new year, new me. You know, new year, that means automatically all my habits are going to change. Everything's going to change. Now, from experience, I know that isn't the case. And it's a conscious effort that has to be applied daily, irrespective of the year. You could take the calendar away. There still needs to be protocols and systems in place to actually change your life. And that's the thing. And this is why we have the January, you know, stereotypical gym goers that all of a sudden come out of nowhere. And yeah, they kind of just come for a little bit, do their little thing, follow a program they barely really researched about. It's the rush and the adrenaline that comes with, oh my God, new year. And the FOMO. And this is the thing. The main reason people try and do something for once in the new year, in January, February, is because there's FOMO, because they know that everybody else is technically doing what they know they should be doing, or upholding a mindset that they know they should uphold and, you know, stay true to. If they don't do it, they get this FOMO. And these kinds of people, unfortunately, are the ones that fall off and the cycle continues. They wait until, you know, the next year, you know, stuff their face, maybe don't meet their goals in terms of relationships, finances, fitness, all these kinds of things, right? And the people that stay the course and actually let the new year be an opportunity to springboard them with even more momentum than they had before, because of the novelty of the fact that it's a new year, which does help. Those people, they're the ones that continue and maintain habits that are actually useful. The ones that stay the course are usually the ones that actually were doing the groundwork before the new year came around. They didn't push things back. They weren't procrastinating, oh yeah, in the new year I'll do this, in the new year I'll do that. No. The ones that actually stay the course lay down the foundations before the new year even came. And I'm not saying this from a high horse. I have had probably one of my worst years of my life, 2023. But towards the back end of the year, you know, I've got real with myself. I know what I'm capable of. I know what my potential is. I know what my skills are. I've just not been using them. I know that I'm only letting not only myself down, but my family and the world down, because I have things that I can offer that can make the world a better place, I believe. Not in a egotistical kind of way, just as a human's supposed to do. Be a part of a community, a larger community, small community, it doesn't matter. And provide value and be useful and be someone everybody wants to be around, you know? And I've not allowed myself to be that. I've done a lot of complaining in 2023. I've done a lot of excuse making. And that's not me. And I've cut ties where I've needed to cut ties, not due to the people themselves, but just for the effect that being around certain people was having on me because of my own mistakes. I don't know how clear this is now. But, you know, although this was one of the worst years of my life in terms of productivity, it was also one of the most beneficial, because I've learned so many things that I can take with me for the rest of my life, you know? Things like complacency, becoming too complacent, not recognizing the importance of, if you're not growing, you're falling or failing, you know, whatever you want to put it. Which is stuff I knew before in theory. I knew a lot of these things in theory, but understanding them to the extent to where you continuously apply them is a totally different thing. And through the experience of hardship that has come with 2023 for me, I now understand how to avoid basically ignoring the important principles that we should kind of remember during the year and during our lives. So 2024 is coming around. What have I been doing? I've just been laying down the foundations, chopping wood, doing the things I know I need to do, the non-negotiables, the things that I know objectively make me feel good and make me feel productive, and ignoring the things that hold me back and make me feel less productive and make me feel less of myself, you know, or less like myself. For such a long time, I felt not like myself, you know, and that's a damaging thing. If you are living your life and you don't feel like you, then what are you really doing, you know? And that's kind of what was happening to me. So, you know, I'm someone who doesn't make excuses. I'm someone who trains. I'm someone who constantly evolves, wants to learn, wants to help people, wants to create and not be restricted in my creativity, just create. That's me. That's me down to a T. And unfortunately, I didn't allow myself to do that and be as, just let myself flow as a human being. So yeah, 2024 is all about basically doing what I know I should have been doing this whole time. And also more, learning new things that I could be doing, new perspectives I could have, new mentalities, paradigm shifts that can help me. It's all about becoming that version of myself that I've always wanted to be, and I've always known that I should have been. I mean, if you're watching this, one thing I would suggest, if you struggle with, habits and getting out of a certain lifestyle and you can't seem to build a momentum and you don't really know what you're doing, what I suggest is the first and foremost thing you need to do is really just make sure, and it sounds trivial and it sounds vain, but the first thing you need to do is just make sure you're in shape. Because it's not the fact alone that you're in shape, but it's also the fact that it's what comes with it. Getting into shape, there's so many spiritual processes you have to go through, so many layers you have to tear apart in order to reach that version of yourself that, doesn't indulge in the things that genuinely, intoxicate you or poison you. 2023, again, this is another thing. 2023, I had one of the worst diets of my life. I just eat crisps. Even though they were low calorie, there would be this guys where it's low calorie, so it's fine. But I never made any progress because I was just eating crisps, which would make me feel hungry, spike my insulin, all that kind of stuff. Carbohydrate, not satiating. So I just have more and more. Protein bar, even though it's a protein bar, but it's too many of them. I had 2 in a day and spiking my insulin again. And where's the unprocessed foods? Where's the natural foods from earth? Where's the chicken? I did have chicken, obviously. I've never really cut chicken, but where's the vegetables alongside the chicken? Where's the rice? The natural foods. I never had any of that. I would just have chicken, and then literally the only real food I would have is chicken or mincemeat, and the rest of it would just be random fake food, basically. And it is fake food, crisps and all that kind of... It's fake food. It tastes nice, it's good, in moderation, but it's fake food. And it has basically no nutritional value. Palm seed oil, all that kind of stuff in the crisps that I was eating. It's bad stuff, right? I was doing all 2023. But you think I could... There's no way I would have, snapped out of that mentality and that way of eating and that nutritional life without going to the gym and giving myself a purpose to actually eat healthily and actually be healthy. Even though I've been a gym goer my whole adulthood, there's a difference between going to the gym when you feel like it and kind of half-assing it and actually staying consistent to a routine that you just do not, you're unwavering, you're relentless, you just keep going, you keep turning up, you keep showing your face, and you don't stop for anything. Unless obviously, really you're ill or you get a bad injury. But that's where the want to change comes from, is from the habits that you create. It's not the other way around. People get it twisted. The want to change comes from actually doing the habits, irrespective of how you feel about them in the moment. That's the only way you get change. So, before 2024 rolls around the corner, we've got a few days left. Just try to implement and start these and create these new habits for yourself and just do them anyway, even if you feel like, oh, is this really worth it? Et cetera, should I even be doing this? Instead of doubting the habits, just do the habit and allow the habit to basically cultivate the realization that these habits do actually help you, and it also cultivates the want to change and basically deep roots it even more as time goes on and throughout every time that you actually do the habit. Now I'm eating basically, I eat basically only meat and vegetables and fruit. That's literally all I eat, and it's not a problem. If you told me this 6 months ago, I would have literally cried, if I had to do this. But it's not... The thing is, I don't even have to do it. It's a choice, right? I could still, I'm on a cut now. I could still get lean without doing all this healthy eating stuff. But I feel like I owe it to myself to be healthy and eat healthily and optimize, basically, And when I'm optimizing, I'm noticing the benefits, not even just in the physical, but the mental, and I just have so much more energy, and I don't, all these crashes I would have because of the sugar I was having. I cut out sugar, the crashes I was having before because I'd have so much sugar in my coffee, in my tea, all this kind of stuff. And, I'd have, the coffee and the sugar together. I'd have like a massive crash every single day. All of that's gone now. And it all started with just changing my habits. Not even the big ones like the sugar. Cutting out sugar is difficult. I couldn't just go straight to that. I had to build up. I just built up simple habits. Go to the gym every day. Try hard every single day in the gym. Go for walks every day. I do 10,000 steps every day without fail, no question. Before, I used to be really lazy with this. It used to be very difficult. And slowly but surely, I started to feel myself change, and I started to feel like I owed it to myself to really just optimize every area of my life. So anyway, going into 2024, just think about this. Create the habits now. Lay the foundation and create the momentum. Start, because now I have momentum. This is the thing. I have the momentum now going into 2024. I don't have to start 2024 and pull the momentum out of my ass. I don't have to pull it out of nowhere. I can actually just, continue what I was doing. Whereas some people are going to have to, they get to 1st, 2nd of January and they've really got to, spin the cogs around, manually. And it's tough. And that's where a lot of people give up. They got to, spin the wheels around to get it going. But it's really tough to maintain that amount of effort when you feel like there's pressure to continue doing it at the start of a new year. And then that's what kills people, and they kind of just, they give up and they go back to their old habits. So try and create good habits now that make you feel better about yourself, make you feel better about what you're doing. And trust me, in due course, you'll see the momentum start to build, and you'll want to change even more. So, yeah.